Russia is losing its war. Russia has the most number of nuclear weapons in the world. Russia's leader is the most powerful man in the world. In spite of that, why is the world saying that Russia has lost the war? The reason is this man, who looked at Vladimir Putin into the eye to eye and said during Russia talks, Ukraine won't give an inch of land to you. He is Volodymyr Zelensky, president of Ukraine. With only one viral clip, he became the president of Ukraine, and half the people think he is the bravest president and the other half call him a joker in office. Yes, his story begins with comedy. Just 4 years ago, Zelensky was Ukraine's top comedian. One of his skits is quite famous, where he took off his pants and played a piano with private parts. There was a show called Servant of the People, where he played the role of a teacher. The show's plot was, this teacher wakes up one day and realizes that he is the president of Ukraine. He got 60% votes in the show. Who knew the people would take Zelensky's role so seriously that they would actually elect him as president? One of Zelensky's clips went viral in Ukraine, where he talks passionately about Ukraine's problems, and he shoots corrupt Ukrainian oligarchs. This clip inspired many people. In 2019, Zelensky won with 72% votes and he became the president of Ukraine. But how? With the help of social media. His entire campaign was online. He had already 4 million followers because of his show. That's 10% of Ukraine's population. Many people call him Ukraine's Donald Trump because he had no idea about politics. Think about it. A person who has no knowledge about politics, who has no leadership experience, how can he straight away become the president? But this inexperience was his strength. Before Zelensky was elected, Ukraine had become the poorest country in Europe. Ukraine's president before Zelensky was Petro Poroshenko. Ukrainian people were tired of his regime. There were corruption charges against him. Anyone can be better than our previous leaders. That's what the Ukrainian people probably thought when they elected a comedian to become their president. Today, this comedian is facing the most serious situation for Ukraine. Zelensky is in the center of this historic war in Europe, and he is bravely fighting. People consider Putin to be the world's most powerful man. More than 6,000 nuclear weapons can launch at his whims. They can reach any corner of the world in merely 10 minutes. And Ukraine borders are at just the eyesight of Russia. In spite of knowing all this, Zelensky is standing firm and he is telling his countrymen to get armed to save their country. The US gave Zelensky a chance to leave the war on Ukraine behind and fleeing from the country. He was told that you are the president, you are a leader and your safety is important for us. But he refused to leave Ukraine and he said his country was important to him. Zelensky continued to stay in Ukraine. He picked up weapons himself to join the fight. He said, the fight is here. I need ammunition, not a riot. Think how much this step boosted the morale of the soldiers who are fighting to save their country from Russian aggression. He not only addressed his fellow Ukrainians, but he also addressed the Russian public. During a war, who suffers the most? The people. Why is this video so important? Because this is not Russia versus Ukraine war. This video reminds us how a good leader should be. Picking sides in a war is extremely difficult. Russia is attacking in civilian areas as well. Similarly in Ukraine, the way Indian students are harassed is completely wrong. But we need to remember one thing. When the ship is sinking, the captain does not flee. Putin told the military to take control of Ukraine, go against the Ukrainian government, drop your weapons and make your own decisions. But Zelensky's bravery on ground is boosting their morale. The Ukrainian president is defeating Russia's aggression with selfies because they are approved their leader did not run away. Because what we need to understand is this, the world does not exist in vacuum. The world will remember Russia's aggression and Zelensky's bravery. After all, Russia is not as privileged as USA, that their war crimes will stay hidden and buried. This war is as physical as it is psychological. The real war is won by perception. If you got some value from this video, if you learned something new, please share this video. Regardless of whether Russia wins or loses against Ukraine, Russia has lost the perception war. And sharing this important message with you makes a difference to me.
Yo, microphone check, make it a microphone check. Give it a microphone, I make it a microphone dead. Don't step to me, newbie, I could truly be moody. I could have played the fucking Grinch in the movies.